Yo, what is going on, you pickled pyro? That's right, Sirfetch'd V. Galarian Sirfetch'd V is in the deck we're going to be playing today. You don't see this card very often in a deck that's taken dubs. And before we take a look at the list, I did want to let you guys all know that I'm actually uploading my stream VODs from Twitch over here on the YouTube channel. I am going to upload them unlisted, so they won't enter your subscription feed or notify you when I upload them. But if you are looking for them to check them out, they'll be available in a playlist on my channel. So just go over, click on like the channel button and go over there, and the playlist will be there on the homepage, or you can click on the playlist tab and you'll be able to find it there as well. I won't be doing any editing to the VODs, but I will try and put in the titles and then also kind of timestamp, you know, what I did throughout the VOD. So this first VOD that I've uploaded to YouTube, I played games with this deck, a Counterbox deck, and then a Suicune deck. So I'll put that in the title, you know, if I play a deck, what decks I play, if I play like, you know, big chunks of games with decks, or if I play in a tournament with a specific deck, I'll put that in the title as well. And I'll also kind of, you know, try and cut up the VOD as best I can. Sometimes I probably won't cut it up, but I'll try and cut it up as best I can to just kind of portion out the video into what I did in certain sections of the VOD, because I stream for like 6 to 8 hours usually when I stream, so it's a long VOD. I'm not going to edit it at all, but I'll try and cut it up with the timestamps a little bit. So if you guys want to see some more gameplay with certain decks, or just see some of the tournament gameplay that I do when I live stream, the Twitch VODs will be available for you guys to see here on YouTube. The first one is up right now, and like I said, it's an unlisted video, but it's in a playlist, so you can find it, but it won't come into your subscription feed ever. So if you ever just want to check what I've been doing on the stream and maybe see some more games with this deck, or if I play decks with like a Mew VMAX deck in a tournament or something, and you want to see those games with that and just try and educate yourself further on how to play some of these decks, yeah, go check out the VODs that'll be available in the playlist on my channel. Okay, let's talk about this deck. So it's got a whole bunch of crazy Pokemon in here that you don't see very often. We've been seeing quite a bit of the Moltres and the Hoopa lately, actually. These two we've been seeing a little bit more of lately, but even then, before that, they weren't around at all. But as of late, as of recent, we've been seeing them a little bit. But these two, I don't think I've ever, well, I've definitely played with Sirfetch'd V before in Colossal. I don't think I've ever played with this Galarian Zapdos until this deck. Of course, I do love me some Zincino and some Snorlax, and that's our support Pokemon in this deck. But the Zapdos, it's got that strong legs charge. It puts two fighting energy from your hand onto it when you put it into play. Very similar to the Moltres, but for fighting energy, or the Articuno as well. Not the Articuno, the Articuno, the Galarian Articuno puts psychic energy. The Zapdos puts fighting energy. It's got the Zapper Kick Attack, 70 damage for fighting colorless, and then you may discard all energy attached to it, and if you do, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. So we don't usually use the Zapper Kick for the paralyze effect, but it is a great you know, emergency attack. If we're in a bad spot and we're like, well, if we paralyze our opponent enough turns in a row, or even just maybe one turn in a row, that gives us a chance to win games. So it's a nice emergency attack, sometimes even a nice opener to be like, well, we don't have a whole ton going on, but if we can paralyze our opponent and they don't have a whole ton going on, we get into a better spot. So sometimes the Zapper Kick does come up. It's definitely not super rare that we use it, but the main point of the Zapdos is it is a pivot. It has free retreat cost, so it works very well for us to get into, you know, our Hoopa or our Moltres when we need it, and it also accelerates those energy into play, which when you combo that with Sirfetch'd V's ability, the Resolute Spear, that says when Sirfetch'd goes from the bench to the active, you may move any fighting energy attached to your Pokemon to Sirfetch'd. We can actually like attack with Sirfetch'd V potentially on turn 1, or, you know, at any point in the game. If we can go from a board state with 0 energy in play to a Sirfetch'd with 3, swing with a Meteor Smash for 200. So it's a cool little combo there. The main point of this deck is kind of like another kind of counterbox type deck, similar to the one that I showed you guys yesterday, but just different take on the attackers. The Hoopa and the Moltres are still here, super strong against the Mew, and when Mew's the most popular deck, you gotta be able to beat it. The second most popular deck right now, though, is Jolteon, and yeah, being the fighting type that Sirfetch'd is, really good against Jolteon, and also the Zapdos is pretty good against Jolteon as well, because Jolteon just doesn't play switch cards. Like, sometimes they play like one escape rope, but usually Jolteon doesn't play any switch cards, because they don't really have to. There's no reason to, so why would they, right? And no one's teching for Galarian Zapdos with the Zapper Kick, so the paralysis can come through pretty consistently clutch against the Jolteon matchup, because they just don't play switch cards. So you just trap it, paralyze it, and then maybe you set up for a bigger Moltres play, or you can just do it again, because we do play 4 scoop up net. Oh, 3 scoop up net, my bad. Been thinking about trying to get a 4th one in here. We play 3 scoop up net, so we can reset the Zapdos, potentially use like back-to-back Zapper Kicks or something like that through a scoop up net, but we do play 2 of them as well, so we can also just do it by putting our second Zapdos in play. Okay, And then all the other matchups besides those two, those are the two biggest decks, and we're pretty good against both those. We're pretty good against the Mew. We're pretty good against the Jolteon. Every other matchup, though, it's not like we lose to everything else. We can usually piece together pretty solid game plans against pretty much everything else in the format. I mean, the Sirfetch'd just hits pretty hard for 200 damage, setting up 2-hit KOs on most things. Hoopa taking early knockouts on Sobbles and stuff is great. Zapdos is an emergency zapper kick for any kind of situation where we feel like we're behind and we just need to stall out our opponent, slow them down a little bit. And then Moltres is always hitting really hard in the late game with the Fiery Wrath up against anything. So we have a good range of attackers that can be aggressive and good late game as well. So yeah, we can kind of handle pretty much any matchup. I haven't ran into any matchup where I was like, oh, this is bad. Oh, Suicune. Suicune was pretty tough. I played against a Suicune. That's not a good matchup. It's really hard to, we 2-hit KO Suicunes and they're 1-hit KO and everything. That one's rough. But besides that, I haven't really ran into a matchup where I'm like, oh my gosh, how do we win? We always have some route to piece things together to get our dubs. Looking at the rest of the deck, I do want to talk about a couple more cards. This is a long intro, but bear with me, guys. Really cool supporter lineup, actually. So we do play the 4 Research. Okay, a little bit boring. We do play some Bosses Order, also boring. But we play 4 Sonya. Sonya is so good in this deck. From turn 1, getting our Mencinos, to getting out our turn 1 Snorlax, to just grabbing 2 energy that if we have the Moltres in hand, or grabbing 2 Moltres if we have the energy in hand. Sonya is such a ridiculously powerful card in this deck. I love it. That's why we got 4 of them. It's good turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. It's good on so many turns in the game. Yeah, I've never been like, I don't know. This Sonya is the best deck that Sonya I've ever played Sonya in. Maybe the deck for Sonya right here. Yeah, there's so many turns throughout the game. It's just so powerful. Like, yeah, if we have the Zapdos in hand, we can go search out 2 Fighting Energy with Sonya. Or if we have 2 Fighting Energy in hand, we can go search out the Zapdos and the Sirfetch'd and pull off the Sirfetch'd combo in a turn. So yeah, super ridiculously strong. Play 4 of them. Play 4 Research because it is the best kind of a neutral just draw supporter. If we open in our opening hand, it's good. If we get Marnied, it's good. Mid game, it can be good. At some point towards the late game, we usually have seen most of our deck, or have most of our deck in our hand because we do play a 4/4 Cincino. So at that point, Research becomes bad. But to help us through that early game, and especially when we get Marnied, having a nice, just powerful draw support if we get Marnied is really nice. So the Research is really, really good for that. Overall, very solid. Keeps the deck super consistent in the early game. And then 2 Bird Keepers as well. 2 Bird Keepers in here and 1 Air Balloon. And this allows us to be a little bit more consistent with attacking with the Sirfetch'd V, because the Meteor Smash does say we can't attack with this Pokemon next turn. And sometimes our opponents can abuse that by, you know, doing some other kind of gimmicky snipe play and not KOing the Sirfetch'd, and the Sirfetch'd is kind of stuck in the active with energy. And if we don't have bench spaces to get another attacker into play, we want to make sure we can like move this thing around. And we can either pivot between 2 Sirfetch'd because we can just reuse that Resolute Spear from Sirfetch'd to Sirfetch'd, or we can reset our Sirfetch'd with like a Bird Keeper and then attack again with the Meteor Smash. So just having the option of the Bird Keeper and the Air Balloons is super nice. Okay, that's it. I'm done talking about the list, guys. I know it's a long intro, but this deck is just so cool. I'm loving it. Want to make sure you guys know what is going on before we get into some games. Remember, check out the stream VODs for just more gameplay from me. Like I said, they're going to be unedited, going to be the raw stream VOD from my streams, but a lot of gameplay, a lot of PTCGO action going on the stream. So check out the stream as well. First link in the description, give it a click, give it a follow. But if you're not able to catch the streams and you want to catch some more games with one of your favorite decks or one of the decks you want to just see me play, the stream VODs will be there. And like I said, I'll put in the titles what decks I play with in the stream VODs, and I'll cut up the stream VOD with some timestamps whenever I can, whenever it's easy and convenient to do so. Because sometimes I'm doing a bunch of random stuff on the stream, and to make it easier for you guys to find the deck and find some games for the deck that you want to see being played. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Let's get into some games. Won the coin flip, but going second. Like I mentioned, we want to be going second in pretty much every matchup. Got some options for a starter. I think I am going to open the Zapdos, though. Just use it as our initial pivot. We can't use its ability Strong Legs Charge, but it's in play, so if we get a Scoop Net, we can Scoop Net it, reset it, and then potentially use it that way. Looks like we are up against the good old Mew VMAX, which we have such a good matchup against. You guys are going to see why as we start to play this out, because it plays very similar to the Hoopa and Teleon Moltres deck, where Moltres is just kind of a lot of our power, and we have 2 of those. We have the Claras, we have the Ordinary Rod. Yeah, we have a ton of ways to kind of reset and get it going once again. Meloetta grab from my opponent. And here comes a Great Ball as well. Okay, no problem. Mew VMAX, sure, why not? A lot of Meloettas in play already. Tool Jammer's down. Not really scared of the Tool Jammer, though. We don't play any tools. We got the Sonya off the top deck, which is great because We're just gonna be able to set up a whole bunch of squad here. Cinos, save the level ball to get a Cincino, and I'll probably quick ball away the Bird Keeper here to go ahead and grab ourselves a Snorlax and just draw 4 cards, and then see what we can get off on the next turn. Let's see here. Great Ball, Level Ball, start making do. No outs to any Pokemon quite yet. So we have some Fighting Energy in hand, which also not the energy we're looking for in this matchup. We do want those Dark Energy, of course, to be attacking with Hoopa and the Moltres. Here comes that Sparkle from my opponent, and the Mew is set up, ready to go, and an Escape Rope to go with it. Oh no, do I give up a Mincino here? I don't want to. I hate to lose Mincinos. I like my Mincinos so much. I'm going to go ahead and send up the Zapdos instead. This does mean we do need a Scoop Up Net or the Air Balloon, or there's like another card we can use. I feel like a Bird Keeper combo would work as well, to be honest. There's a Dark Energy. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Great Ball here. Grab ourselves a Cincino, and then probably make do away one of these Fighting Energies. We might just go back into Snorlax at the end of this turn, to be honest, and just settle for that. We might be able to boss KO a Meloetta, which I would definitely be all about if we can make that happen. We'll see here. Gonna go ahead and make do away an Energy Search. Who we get? We got a Moltres. Moltres, not really what we're looking for, and not gonna get the job done, to be honest. So I think it is just gonna be a Cincino to the bench, Scoop Up Net the active Cincino, send up the Snorlax, Cincino down again, Cincino down again. We can make do one more time here, I guess. Make do away another Fighting Energy. Got ourselves a Quick Ball. A little bit late then. Almost had everything we needed to set up for Hoopa. Mincino, put Training Card in play. Crimson Gourmand dies for 2 and not play anything else. I could have bossed this Meloetta, but I don't think it's really necessary. There's the Hoopa in the hand now, so I can go for that boss on the Meloetta next turn, take that out, and then when our opponent draws a prize card on the following turn, then the Moltres comes online and starts to one-hit KO the Mew VMAXs. So Mincino up, can go for a boss KO on this Meloetta, and then probably just gonna look to start to take over the game from there. We'll have to make do on a Quick Ball here. We do want to try and draw into a Zapdos again. We want that pivot set up. Of course, we have a lot of ways to pivot with. Get rid of a Dark Energy with Scoop Up Nets, Air Balloons, all that fun stuff. Get rid of one of the level balls here because we only have one more level ball target left in the deck, and that is a Mincino. I will go level ball for, and it is there. So we have the full Mincino squad set up right here. And I'm going to go ahead and make do away Sonya. Want to hold on to as much of the energy as possible, to be honest. The energy is pretty important to make sure we can continuously attack with whatever we want. Bring up that Meloetta. Dark Energy down. Retreat. And I won't forget to use that Trading Card. We can use these extra energy on the next turn for fodder for make do. Or maybe to even to attack with the Moltres. We'll see. But here is really where Moltres now takes over the game, to be honest. This is Moltres' turn now on this next turn. Can start to use Moltres to one-hit KO the Mew VMAXs after they take this third prize card. Here it comes, Max Miracle. I mean, my opponent hasn't really had a ton going on, but even if they had like 3 Genesects in play, this is about what they would be doing the whole time, to be honest. Not too much would be changing. True into a Research here. Going to start with a make do on the level ball, and then probably go to the make do the Research. We are up against Mew VMAX, which usually does not play any Marnie, so we're playing like that. We're playing like my opponent does not play Marnie here. Get rid of the Great Ball, make do the Sirfetch'd V. Definitely don't want that in this matchup. Make do. Oh, we're out of make do's. Go with a Sonya. Grab this. Throw down the Zapdos. Not going to attach any energy to it, though, because we want those for our Moltres. Boom. Air Balloon active. Use a Training Court. Recover a Dark Energy. Oh, my opponent has the Tool Jammer. I forgot about that. Thankfully, I have the Scoop Up Net. I do lose my Air Balloon for basically nothing there, but I forgot about the Tool Jammer. Get the knockout on the Mew VMAX. get ourselves 3 more prize cards to work with. Yeah, even though my opponent like didn't have anything else there, even if they had like 3 Genesects in play and we're doing, you know, drawing 12 cards a turn or whatever, they really wouldn't be changing what they were actually attacking with, to be honest. They would either have been attacking with Meloetta, or like we bossed up and KO'd the Meloetta, and then yeah, now they have nothing in play. And even if they had another Mew here, we got everything we need to take the next knockout. And yeah, that is why that matchup is so good, and that's what makes this deck so viable right now. When you can beat the most popular deck this handedly, you're gonna be in a pretty good spot. All right, here we go again. Our opponent won the coin flip and chose to go first, but that's fine with us. We opened up the Zapdos, have the option of the Sirfetch'd, and then a couple level balls. We're up against the Duraludon. Not quite sure how we want to handle this matchup. Probably want to be pretty aggressive, or mulligans actually. So we can maybe be, if we didn't open up the Zapdos, but I wasn't going to open up the Sirfetch'd V either. So we need to get ourselves another Zapdos. If we can get ourselves another Zapdos, we can actually probably be pretty aggressive here with the Sirfetch'd V. Actually, even hitting with like a Hoopa this turn would be pretty cool. I mean, we'll see what we top deck and see what we can do. Don't have to be too careful of the Brave Blade off the rip here. We did get a Quick Ball, so hitting with Hoopa is possible. And we could get out double Mincino as well. So I think we're going to do that. Double Mincino grabs. Going to Quick Ball away the Snorlax. So we're getting aggressive here. Grab the... Oh, no. We prized Hoopa. I was going to say grab. I was gonna. Now I just can't. Oh, wait. We have the turn 1 attack in the hand right now. I just didn't see it. We have the turn 1 attack with the Sirfetch'd V. And that's what this combo is all about. This part of the deck is all about. Last time we saw all the dark stuff. Now we're seeing the... way cooler part of the deck to best. And I can Bird Keeper. What am I doing? I have like an insane hand here, and I'm just like completely ignoring it this whole time. I don't know if I want to use the Bird Keeper there though, to be honest, because if I use the Bird Keeper, then I can't attack again. So you know what? I maybe should have held on to the Bird Keeper, because now I can't attack this turn with the Sirfetch'd. I could attack with something else, I guess, but I can't attack with Sirfetch'd this turn. So to be honest, I maybe should have held on to the Bird Keeper. I got a little bit too excited there at the end, to be honest. Yeah, I like had this insane hand to pull off the turn 1 attack, and I just like didn't see it immediately at all. I was like, well, all right, I guess it's gonna be a little bit of a slow start. Now we could get our other Sirfetch'd if it is in the deck, plus the Air Balloon. We do play 1 Air Balloon, and if I could find that, we could switch back into the Sirfetch'd. But I really should have held onto the Bird Keeper and just hit for 200, and then Bird Keeper this turn and just not played a supporter on that opening turn, to be honest, and then go back with another attack and kind of build up from there. I think that would have been a little bit smarter of a play. So definitely a mistake on my part here. I got a little bit too excited when I saw what we could do there. A little bit too excited. We could maybe actually just get the knockout. And they put the Big Charm on the bench there. We could get the knockout with actually a energy assist on this Zacian now. So we could just go Hard Retreat plus energy assist. So yeah, it's not completely... It's not terrible all around. You know, there's definitely something we can still do here. We got the other Sirfetch'd, actually. Like I was saying, switching in between fetched and hitting does seem to be one of the ways for us to kind of tackle this matchup. Let's see if we can get that. Clara? No, I don't want Clara. Yeah, we gotta go with the research here. Let's see if we can get that Air Balloon. Let's see if we're fortunate enough to find that Air Balloon. Got a Scoop Up Net. Gonna go ahead and make do. Probably we don't need 4 Sonya, I don't think. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of one of those. We could net the Cincino, but I don't love the idea of that. So I think I'm just gonna go with the Retreat knockout here. Catch, retreat, get rid of a fighting and a dark. And yeah, energy assist. Recover one of these fighting energies for my dude Sirfetch'd. And we can actually accelerate more energy into play with a Zapdos on the next turn if we wanted to. Get more energy in play for our Sirfetch'd. And just, yeah, keep hitting for 200. And we even have a Clara. We can recover a Sirfetch'd at some point as well. It's actually like a really cool combo we're going down here in this matchup specifically. This is actually really cool, the way this is developing here. They do have the Raihan, so they're hitting pretty hard. I feel like overall it probably is an unfavorable matchup, but it doesn't mean it's not cool how it's going so far. We're going to keep going with how it's going and hope it's enough. I mean, we do have currently like a 2-hit KO lined up for this Duraludon. So we're just going to kind of start swinging and hope that it is enough. We'll see here. Here comes another energy onto the Duraludon VMAX. I'm going to go ahead and punch my poor Cincino. My poor Cincino. And we don't have any more Cincino. I guess that's kind of a drag right now. So we don't have any Cincinos to actually make do with. We have no way to make do right now. Okay. As I say that, boom, Cincino comes to the rescue. Cincino knows. I'm going to go ahead and search out the energy here, I think. Be aggressive. Just get the fighting energy right now. Don't want to draw into fighting energy off this make do, I don't think. We're going to make do away the research because we're going to be sitting on this hand. Probably won't need a new hand for the rest of the game, to be honest. This is a pretty good hand. Got the air balloon. Won't be able to utilize it the way we'd want to in a coming up turn. We'll go ahead and reset this Zapdos now as well. Put that back down. Put down 2 fighting on it. Throw a dark energy here. Get another Mincino down. And then retreat. No, we don't want any more fighting energy there. We have plenty. And then, yeah, Meteor... What's it? No, Resolute Spear is the ability. Meteor Smash is the attack for 200 damage. And let's see if my opponent can heal out of this. If they got just the Stadium. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Get rid of the Zapdos. Could get rid of the Sirfetch'd as well, and I think I will. I like the draw power from the Cincinos. If I use Clara next turn, I can recover the Sirfetch'd and a Cincino. Maybe even the Zapdos, but I don't know if I want to accelerate more fighting energy to play. Oh, here comes the Team Yell Towels. They are now out of range of the KO, which is what we're trying. Oh, and then the Crystal Cave. Like I said, it's probably going to be a tough one. This is a doozy for sure. Might even get double Sirfetch'd off the Clara, actually. Double Sirfetch'd plus some energy, probably double dark energy even, actually. And then we're gonna hit with a fetched again, I think. Could we go into one prizers at this point? Actually, I guess that is something we could just go into one prizers at this point. Hit with Moltres, they knock out, we knock out with Moltres. Maybe that's the route to take here. Okay, so maybe I can go with a Sonya instead. Just get some dark energy. Put the training cord in play. Recover some dark energy. Very good. Make do away the air balloon here. Some more cards to work with. Yeah, we're going to go with the Moltres here. Double dark and a fighting, I think, will be the move. And then retreat and swing. Fiery Wrath for 170. They only have 70 HP left. So after they knock out another something this turn, I assume they're going to knock out my Moltres. I guess they could choose to not knock out my Moltres. That'd be a little bit weird. Definitely don't expect that from my opponent. Expect the Moltres to go down here. Then we can go with Clara, recover the Moltres, recover some dark energy. We could get another Pokemon. Probably get a Cincino. Probably want to keep drawing. Maybe want to go with that Zapdos, though, to set up for... Oh, the Crushing Hammer off my bench Zapdos. So we're not going to be able to get off a strong Legs Charge. Another Crushing, another Tails. Yeah, Zapper Kick. We want to make Zapper Kick an option, so I think I'm going to have to recover this Zapdos, actually, now, out of... the discard pile. We are running out of energy pretty fast here. If they don't get rid of my training court, I guess that can recover quite a few energy over the next couple turns. And let's see, we have 11 energy total. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oof, we only have 1 energy left in deck, actually, so my Sonya is not going to be that good, but that energy is still pretty useful, I think. We need to find our Ordinary Rod or our second Clara. I haven't lost the second Clara yet. I did lose the second Clara, so Ordinary Rod is going to be pretty important here. But even then, I don't know. Even then, I don't know. We're still in a pretty sketchy spot, to be honest. And they're digging deep here. Our research comes out. I got rid of a lot of cards there. Yeah, research is coming out. They're drawing a bunch. Here comes another Team Yell Towel. That one's not going to be super relevant. 120 HP left. Moltres can easily handle that. My opponent does not find a Stadium. They don't. Okay, so our Trading Court does stick in play. That is good. We will get the KO on this Duraludon, but we know they have a Metal Energy in the hand because they just used my Training Court. So, come on, Training Court. What are you doing? All right, make do, research. Let's see what we draw. Gonna attempt one of these Great Balls. Let's see what we get. Another Cincino. Gonna make do another Great Ball then. Okay, let's go ahead and use the Training Court. Get ourselves back a... Let's go with a fighting, because like I said, I might want to reuse this Zapdos. Let's go with the Clara. Gonna do both. Gonna grab ourselves the Moltres, the Zapdos, and a couple Dark Energy. Perfect. Throw down the Moltres, put a couple Dark Energy on it, attach a Dark Energy, retreat, and get a knockout here. We're gonna get quite a few prize cards, 3 prize cards off this KO. At 120 HP left, can I KO with something else? No, I think I had to KO with that, right? Yeah, I think it had to be the Moltres there. Another Cincino, not going to do a whole ton. Another Mincino can eventually make that evolution happen. And a Bird Keeper. Now, the Ordinary Rod, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's prize or not. So next turn, we can try and go with a Zapper Kick to paralyze the Duraludon for a turn and do 70 damage, and then follow up with a Fiery Wrath that will actually one-hit KO the Duraludon if they don't heal any of the damage. And if they heal any of the damage, I don't think we have enough energy to repeat the Zapper Kick, so I think we would just lose. But if we are able to repeat the Zapper Kick, I think we would actually be in a spot where we could win this game. Yeah, if we're able to repeat the Zapper Kick, I think we'd actually be able to win this game. Here comes an Avery. We don't have enough bench Pokemon for our opponent to force us to discard anything, thankfully. So that's going to be our goal. Repeat the Zapper Kick. I don't think we have enough energy to maybe if the... Okay, I was going to say, maybe if the Training Court sticks as my opponent gets rid of my Training Court. So we can probably have one... Actually, I don't even know if we have enough for a Zapper Kick plus a Moltres attack. I don't think we have enough energy left. I don't think we do. I don't even know what we have left, to be honest. Oh, we have another Training Court. Okay. I thought we were out. Okay, so Zapdos. Okay, I thought that was my second Training Court. I guess it was my first. Birdkeeper. There's the Ordinary Rod. Okay. Want to use that. And we're gonna do both. Go ahead and get ourselves back. The Moltres. Maybe the option of a Sirfetch'd would be nice. You never know when you might need that fetched. Couple Dark Energy. Okay. Those back. And then which we're gonna make do. Get rid of the Research. I don't think I need Research. Want to keep the Sonya around. Make do a Level Ball. Don't need Level Ball anymore. We can basically draw our whole deck next turn if we want to. Draw the Training Court. Recover a... Gonna go with a Fighting Energy here. And we're gonna throw it on the Zapdos. And we are going to Zapper Kick. 70 damage. They are paralyzed. Yes. And they have 260 HP left. Moltres is currently doing 270 damage. So if my opponent heals no damage off their Duraludon, doesn't have switch boss, and effectively just passes for turn, we will win the game. And they also can't put a Stadium in play. If they put a Stadium in play, well, I guess they would heal damage that in that case. And we'd also wouldn't have enough energy left to actually even KO the Duraludon. So they basically have to do nothing, thinking we can't win, and then we can win. And that's basically all we have here. That's basically all we got. And they did it! Oh my goodness! They don't have any... Are you kidding me? There's no way that just happened. There's no way they don't have a single card in there that would foil our plan. That is absurd. I cannot believe we just won this game. That is insane. I did not expect that at all. I was like, well, we're gonna lose this, but it was a close game, and I learned a lot about the matchup, and we kept it as close as we could. Definitely a tough one, but I cannot believe it. We just defeated the Duraludon deck with this. I mean, we needed like everything in our deck at the end there. That was absurd. And that is the Sirfetch'd Moltres Zapdos Counterbox deck. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like. Enjoyed the content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. See you tomorrow.